So you're probably going to boom. Alright, so I'm probably gonna regret not filming anything if I look at this or just think back, my future self. Think back and say, hey, I should have filmed some shit. It's been maybe 2-3 weeks into my boot camp or immersive, however you want to call it. User experience design. We're learning a few things. It's heavy material. There's a lot of stuff to take in. We've already been introduced to the second part of our project. I believe there's a total of like 6. Just kind of want to explain to the camera what I'm learning, and hopefully maybe somebody out there is trying to get a gauge of what we learn in these immersives, and whether or not that's going to be a deciding factor for you jumping into a field that's probably new to you, like it is to me. Well, kinda, but for the most part it is pretty new to me. So one thing we're talking a lot about right now is user research, and I know that like as a user experience designer, there are different like specializations or different paths that I see other people take. One of them being UI, the other being user research. And lately we've been talking a lot about user research and why it's important. A few key takeaways that I remember from our class: it helps to save money. If you're going into a certain update or just going into a certain path into designing something, and then there are changes late in the life cycle, that's going to hurt you because you're putting time and paying developers to design something you initially thought you wanted to happen, right? But with lack of research, there's not much clarity into why you're putting so much time and effort into a certain design. Your research pretty much dictates the foundations upon which what direction you want to design or why you're designing a certain way. When you get hired to like a bigger company or a company that has some sort of structure, you're probably going to be checking into like a product manager, and the majority of your persuasion as to persuasion
same, but different, but still same,
into why you want to design or like go a certain direction is going to heavily rely on data, research, and testing. So you're going to want to revert back to your user research because that's going to be the foundation for your case. And the other thing they like to iterate is you should do research early and often, and that's something I'm trying hard to kind of etch into my design identity. The more research, the better, and you're pretty much figuring out who the users really are so that you can create a persona or create a journey map or even make a stronger case for your design pitch. So as a user experience designer, there's this iterative process that's ongoing, and that involves research, synthesis, and designing. Obviously, we've already talked about research, and that research, once you've gathered all the data you can, you sit down, you look at it, and you synthesize it into something comprehensible or something with direction that you as a team or as an individual can kind of just like isolate and improve upon. So that synthesis process can involve like post-it notes, affinity mapping, card sorting, stuff like that, in order to define what the research has pretty much shown you in a more concise and definitive manner. And after that, you go on to designing. After you design something and people are interacting with the product and whatnot, it goes back into the first phase of more research and more synthesis, and then designing again, improving upon the product, getting more user feedback. How might we improve the onboarding process? How might we improve the information architecture? How might we improve the UI? How might we improve upon a certain feature? How might we develop certain features that will benefit the product and users already interacting with it? So a lot of things go on into it, and there's just a lot of information in my brain right now. I'm just sharing what's popping into my head, and I just wanted to get this down because I'm in it, right? I'm in this program, and I just want to share where I'm at. So if this is helpful for anybody, leave a comment, reach out to me, and hopefully you can join me on this journey. So yeah, that's pretty much it today. I just wanted to get something down. So see you in the next video. Peace.